What's up, y'all? I wanted to make a part two of the video that I made called Why People Resist Wokeness. And in making that video, I kind of forgot that, like, when people hear the word wokeness nowadays, certain ideas, they may think I'm in support of certain ideas that I'm not, so what I mean with wokeness is basically just being aware, paying attention, seeing things kind of more clearly how they actually are. And in certain, when you use the term woke, there's, a lot of people in that category that aren't necessarily woke. They see things in a way that maybe makes them feel good, or you know not necessarily how things actually are. There's like, if you just look at things from like left and right, Democrats and Republicans, there's certain things that I think Democrats are woke to, aware to, um, and they see things how they actually are. Um, but there's things that Democrats aren't woke to, where Republicans, people that identify as Republicans, are more woke to, are more aware to. So, when I use the term woke, that doesn't mean necessarily, there's a lot of things that people that consider themselves woke to that I don't necessarily agree with. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of clarify that. And, yeah, like, getting back to why people resist wokeness is, a lot of people don't want to be aware of certain things. They just want to be where they're at. You know, they don't want to be like, they just want to live the way that they live. You know, and that's fine. You have to allow people to just be where they are in that moment of time. We're all in different places. We're not all on the same. We grow at different speeds. We have different lives, and so, a lot of people just want to be where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like me. Like, I may necessarily not want to be like some fucking guru, some super aware, conscious guru in a mountain. I might want to be, I want to rap. I want to make YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? I want to, like, do whatever it is I do. I may not want to be, you know, super aware of everything and some super conscious, kind of enlightened, what I'm saying, like being like, what I'm saying? So because there's I think there's some benefits to that, but there's also some downsides to being, really aware and conscious. There's, I look at times when I was younger, and although I don't believe in, like, necessarily like ignorance is bliss, I think ignorance is terrible for the most part. I feel like you're much better off, of course, not being ignorant. But there is a challenge to being aware of things. There is kind of like a, like you hear about like things like term dark night of the soul, or, you start to be aware of a darkness that you may not have been aware of previously. So there is something to the ignorance is bliss. So, like, yes, like sometimes, and some people may not be able to handle a certain awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like, there may be a certain level of awareness that I might not be able to handle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so some people have like ideologies and certain perspectives so ingrained in them that they might not be able to handle, coming to the conclusion that reality is different than what they thought. It's just like if you ever seen the movie The Matrix, they talk about like unplugging a person from the Matrix at a certain time can be too much for certain people. It it may rattle their reality too much, and then there's some people who can handle it. You know what I mean? So you have to just allow people to be where they're at and have patience for like if I'm ignorant in a certain area, you know what I'm saying? You should have a little patience. I should have a patience for you if you're a little ignorant in certain areas. We're all ignorant in certain areas, and so we should all inspire each other to be better and grow and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's a place to be hard on. You know what I'm saying? Like people, but yeah, like we all had different. We were raised different. We were all in different cultures, so you know what I'm saying. And most likely, you'd be like the person you're judging if you grew up in their situation. You'd be them. So you know what I mean. So it's kind of like, yeah, if people are ignorant, um, you got to learn to just accept shit sometimes and just be like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, because you know, it's not everybody's gonna be as conscious. Not everybody's gonna be as smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, or some person may be really smart in one area but really dumb in another area, and we're all kind of like that. You can see, oh man, politically he don't know shit, um, but he could be way smarter than you when it comes to communication skills, or uh, he could be way better than you at some other field, and it's all kind of like that. We all have strengths, we all have our weaknesses, you know, and so we have to have like patience for each other, basically. I mean, I think that's good. It's going to be healthier. The more patience you have for people, you're going to be less stressed. You're going to be better off. You know what I'm saying? And you're not wasting your energy being frustrated at everything. People that don't have patience for other people are just always aggravated and always miserable. You know what I mean? It's like we got to live amongst each other. So you can pick your battles sometimes. You know what I mean? Like learn how to chill. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, sometimes being aware can have a little bit of misery attached to it. It can be, you see things. There could be more things to worry about when you're more aware. You know, I think that's when it comes to like, it's like just being aware of like you're aware that there's multiple dimensions. You may be aware that there's UFOs are real. A lot of people don't want to think about that. A lot of people just want to think about the relationship, want to think about their work, more practical things. And, they don't want to like worry about, and because then you might have fears of a lot of shit that's not, you know what I mean? And so some people want to worry about the kind of like gangster, walking down the street, and they don't want to have to worry about like an alien invade. Sometimes like that. Sometimes that's a silly example, probably, but like, you know, sometimes having expanding your awareness can be difficult. Sometimes it's better to just focus on, the practical. And so some people will block out, even though all that stuff could be real, they just might need to not believe it's real because it could just be more shit to stress about. You know what I mean? And a lot of time, of course, people want as little stress as possible. So knowing everything that's going on can be a little overwhelming. It could be, you can see, you become more aware, you see, you have to deal with darknesses that you may have enough on your plate already. You know what I mean? So I think that's another thing too, um, why people may not want to be, you know, aware or woke. Um, and I think we're all like that, whether we're a Democrat, a Republican, or whatever we identify. Most of us can't handle, we can only handle so much. We already have a lot on our plate just being alive. So, as I notice, as my awareness grew, in a lot of ways, my life improved. So ignorance is not bliss, but also I had more to kind of integrate and to deal with. So it was stressful, and so certain times I just be like, man, like, and then people will look at you like you're crazy when they're not aware of certain things that you're aware of. So there's alienation. There's a lot of things to deal with about when it comes to expanding your awareness, especially, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, you know, because people are going to judge you and people are going to think you're strange when you're different than them and all this stuff you got to deal with. So there's more, a lot of times there's more pressure, there's more, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's it. Part two, why people, whatever the video is called. All right, y'all. Peace out. Hope y'all have a good day.